The concept of pressure flow hypothesis, or it is also known as mass flow hypothesis, and it is also known as Munch flow hypothesis. Why it is the name is called as Munch flow hypothesis? Munch is the scientist. Munch is the scientist. On this basis of their name, the theory was described by Munch. That's why the name is behind in this theory. That's why the theory is called as Munch flow hypothesis. The theory was proposed by the pressure flow hypothesis. It is also known as pressure flow hypothesis, or it is known as mass flow hypothesis, or it is known as Munch flow. Why it is Munch? This was described by Munch. That's why the name is called as Munch flow hypothesis. So what the theory said that? The theory said that here through the process of photosynthesis, here synthesize the glucose molecules. The glucose molecules they can synthesize. Where it is synthesized, the glucose molecules they are synthesized in the leaf. They are synthesized in the leaf. In that case, the leaf they can utilize the CO2 molecules plus water. They can synthesize the glucose. This glucose, the plants they are utilize the glucose molecule in the form of sucrose. The sucrose is called as disaccharide. Glucose is called as disaccharides. The plants they are utilize the glucose molecules in the form of sucrose. Here the sucrose molecules they are transferred from source. Transfer from source to the sink means source to the sink. Here source is the leaf and the sink is the root. The definition said that the glucose molecules they can transfer from means the glucose they can transfer in the form of sucrose. The sucrose they can transfer from source to the sink. This concept is known as pressure flow hypothesis. Okay. Next, what the actual mechanisms that takes place in plants, the source to the sink. So okay, now the concept of source to the sink is the plant part of this stem. Next, okay, this is leaf. How the process the photosynthesis will takes place. Means the glucose molecules they can transfer from source to the sink. How the process will take place? Source is the leaf and sink is the root. Here the glucose molecules they can transfer from source to the sink. That process is known as pressure flow hypothesis. Okay. Here the concept, the main concept is here phloem. Phloem is the main role of the transfer of food material. Phloem is the main role of the transfer of food material. Here, in this case, the phloem they are having four components. The phloem they are having four components. The components they are called as first one companion cell. Second one C2, and third one is phloem parenchyma. And fourth one is phloem fibrous. In this theory, the two components they are involved in this pressure flow hypothesis. They are called as companion cell and C2. These two components they are involved in the process of pressure flow hypothesis. they are called as companion cell and sieve tube. Okay. The pressure flow hypothesis said that here the sucrose means the process of photosynthesis, the synthesized glucose molecules, directly the glucose is not transferred. The glucose they are transferred in the form of sucrose. The sucrose they can transfer from source to the sink, source to the sink. Here source is the yeast. Here the sucrose molecules they can synthesize. Source to the sink. Sink is the root. It is the sink is the storage of food molecules. The storage of food molecules is known as sink. The sink they can store sucrose in the form of starch. When it is used, when it is plants that utilize the sucrose, the storage of starch they are converted into sucrose. Plants they are utilized the food molecules in the form of sucrose. The storage form is starch. Where it is secreted or it is stored, they are stored in the sink. They are stored in the sink. They are called as starch. When it is used, the plants are utilized in that condition. The sink is act like a storage part. Okay. How the actual mechanisms they are takes place in this pressure flow hypothesis are Munch flow hypothesis. Okay. The synthesized sucrose molecules, they can travel from source. How they are transferred? The synthesized sucrose molecules, they can transfer from companion cell to the sieve tube. The sucrose molecules they can transfer from the companion cell. The sucrose molecules they can diffuses. How they are diffuses? By using the active transport. Active transport means here they can utilize the ATP molecules. The sucrose molecules they are transferred into the sieve tube. The glucose molecules or the sucrose molecules they are transferred into the sieve tube by using the ATP molecules. The process is known as active transport. The sucrose molecules they can transfer from companion cell to the sieve tube. Here the sieve tube there is inside the phloem elements. The phloem elements they are having number of sieve tube. They are having many number of sieve tubes. The sieve tubes they are connected by one tube to the other tube. Where the end is takes place. When the end is takes place, there the number of sieve tubes they are having number of sieve tubes. The sieve tubes they are connected by number of sieve tubes. The sieve tubes they are connected by the plates they are called as sieve plates. The sieve plates they are having take any one plate, sieve plate. The sieve plates they are having number of pores. That's why the name it is called as sieve plates. Means they are having number of pores. That's why their name is called as sieve plates. They are having number of pores. Here through these pores, the glucose and water molecules they can enter from these pores. These pores, the water and glucose molecules can enter. Okay. Next, the sucrose molecules they are dissolved in the sieve tube. Here, when the sucrose molecules they are dissolved in that sieve tube. Before entering into the sucrose molecules, the sieve tube they are having water. Means the water potential is somewhat high. When the sucrose molecules they can enter into the sieve tube, the water potential is decreases inside the sieve tube. Means here the hypertonic condition is present. That time by the process of osmotic pressure, means by the process of osmosis to the adjacent cell. Means xylem. By the process of osmosis, the water molecules they can transfer from xylem to the sieve tube. Means the phloem cell. Xylem to the phloem cells means sieve tube. The water molecules they can transfer. When the water molecules they can enter into the sieve tube, here the pressure is increases. The pressure is increases means pressure is increases, the pressure is known as hydrostatic pressure. Means water when it is entered into the CO2, here the osmotic pressure is increases. Means by the dissolution of water into the CO2 and the sucrose molecules inside the CO2, here the osmotic pressure is increases. The osmotic pressure is increases. Here the higher the osmotic pressure, higher to the lower osmotic pressure, the glucose means or sucrose molecules plus water molecules, they are travels. Here the inside the CO2, here pressure is increases. From higher pressure to the lower pressure, the here the bulk amount of molecules. The bulk amount of molecules means sucrose plus water. Sucrose plus water. Due to this dissolution of this sucrose plus water, here this pressure is built up. The pressure is built up is known as osmotic pressure is increases. The osmotic pressure is increases. Due to this condition, higher osmotic pressure to the lower osmotic pressure, the glucose and water molecules they can transfer from higher to the lower end. The glucose molecules plus sucrose, the bulk amount of sucrose plus sucrose plus water molecules, in the form of bulk amount, they can travel from one tube to the other tube by using the tube force. The glucose plus water molecules in the form of bulk amount, they can transfer from one tube to the other tube. At the end point, glucose molecules plus sucrose they can transfer by using the tube force. Glucose molecules plus water they can enter into this up to the end point. The sucrose plus water molecules they can travel. When it is reaches to this end point of this cell, here only the sucrose molecules they can travel to the companion cell by using the active transport. Only sucrose molecules they can enter into the companion cell. The sucrose molecules they can enter into the companion cell. These companion cells they are having sucrose. The sucrose they can transfer from companion cell to the sink end. The sink end, when the sucrose is come to this companion cell, the sink cells they are coming to this companion cell. The sucrose they can enter into the sink. The sucrose molecules they can store in the form of starch. When it is used, the plants they are utilizing sucrose in the form of when it is used, the plants they are utilizing in the form of sucrose. When it is stored, the sink end they can store in sucrose in the form of starch. Here the only sucrose they can dissolve, they can actively transport to the companion cell to the sink cell. The sucrose molecules they can travel to the sink end. The root they can store this sucrose in the form of starch. Okay, next the remaining bulk amount of water. Only sucrose they can enter to the sink end. The remaining water, only water molecules they are come back to this xylem elements. Xylem element, only sucrose is entered. The water come back to the xylem elements. This process is again continuous, again stored to the sink end. The bulk amount of molecules we can transfer from higher osmotic pressure to the lower osmotic pressure. The water plus sucrose molecules they are traveled from source and to the sink end. The process is continuously takes place. Again, sucrose is traveled to the sink end. The bulk amount of water come back to this xylem element. The process is continuous several times. This is said that this is known as mass flow hypothesis. Mass flow hypothesis or is known as pressure flow hypothesis. Pressure flow hypothesis or is known as Bunch flow hypothesis. Why this Bunch? On the basis of the scientists, they have proposed this theory. That's why the name is called as pressure flow hypothesis. This is the actual mechanism of Bunch flow hypothesis. Okay, thank you. Okay, flow and transport means the food molecules they can transfer from source to the sink end. The process takes place. In that case, known as the phloem transport. Before we know about the phloem transport, we can discuss about the xylem transport also. The art is known as pathways or movement of foot molecules, it is phloem. Movement of water molecules, it is xylem. Here the xylem transport or movement of xylem or the movement of water. The xylem transport is unidirectional. The xylem transport is unidirectional. With the xylem, they are conduction of water. The conduction of water molecules, they are unidirectional, and the phloem transport, it is bidirectional. The direction is uni in the case of xylem transport. The xylem means the phloem transport is the bidirectional. Why it is known as bidirectional? Means here from the source to the sink head, from source to the sink head, it is act like unidirectional. Somewhat it is sink to the source. Somewhat in some condition, at this summer condition, at this time the leaves are fallen down. The leaves are fallen down. The leaves are not takes place. That case, the root is acts like a source. The root is act like a source. The root is act like a source. That's why the name it is called as bidirectional. When the normal process takes place, that time leaf is act like a source, the root is act like a sink. The root is act like a stick. When the leaves are fallen down, that time the normal condition, the phloem transport is unidirectional. Somewhat at the summer condition, the leaves are fallen down. Here there is no source. That time the root is act like a source. The remaining parts is the stem part. The remaining parts, they are act like a seed. That's why the name is called as bidirectional. Normal condition, leaf is the source, root is the sink. At the summer condition, when there is no leaves, they are fallen down at the summer condition. That condition, source is the root and sink is the remaining part of the plant. This is called as the bidirectional transport of phloem. Okay, thank you.